Coming up in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a massive new partnership for the WWE. It was a huge announcement. It's making headlines absolutely everywhere. Seems like WWE has something really big up in the plans. Also, in addition to that, Dave Meltzer is claiming that WWE and TKO are looking to buy TNA. We're going to talk about that. Also, we are talking about Jelly Roll. And if you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button. This way you never miss a video. I want to kick things off with Jelly Roll because we've actually talked about Jelly Roll having some plans with WWE. We know that he's expected to be on SmackDown tomorrow, but PW Insider has come out with a very interesting report that essentially Jelly Roll will actually be getting into the ring, and he will be making his WWE in-ring debut at SummerSlam this year. Now, he is going to be on SmackDown this week to kick off the storyline, which we don't even know what the angle is. However, the storyline is expected to see him aligned with a top babyface for the match at the massive event. We don't know who that's going to be. Obviously, if you're thinking of massive baby faces, Cody Rhodes is probably one that comes to mind. Maybe we get Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll somehow integrated. I don't know, because Cody versus Cena is the match to make. What about Travis Scott? Is Travis Scott involved this year? Who knows? We don't really know. That's the thing that's kind of crazy here. But Jelly Roll is expected to have a very big-time match. Obviously, this guy is not a stranger to the WWE universe at all. This guy is somebody who has been on WWE television before. We saw him hit a choke slam on Austin Theory. There's been this debate from fans on social media whether or not this is acceptable. And, SummerSlam is a two-night event. SummerSlam is the second WrestleMania. Really, that's the best way to look at it. And, of course, with WWE bringing in Jelly Roll, a lot of fans think it's kind of ridiculous because he's a celebrity. I, on the other hand, want to be relatively clear here. Celebrities being involved in wrestling is not a bad thing. I don't know how many times I got to say this on this channel, but just because you're a celebrity, I'm not going to discount you when you get involved in professional wrestling. Where I will discount you, and maybe where I would have a little bit of a issue or a disagreement, or maybe I wouldn't be as welcoming, would be if you're a celebrity and you honestly just don't respect the craft of professional wrestling. Because I think that's kind of annoying in general, right? The idea that you would go into the WWE, but you don't care about WWE, you're just there to collect a paycheck. I can understand that outrage. I can't understand the outrage of, oh, you're a celebrity, you're a musician, you're an athlete, and you're just coming to the WWE for a paycheck. That's not really the case, though. Jelly Roll is somebody who's a lifelong WWE fan. Jelly Roll is somebody who was on WWE television before. I don't really have an issue with this. So, therefore, Ango approves. That brings us to our next topic, is WWE buying TNA. Okay, so basically what's really happening here, Carlos Silva was on Ariel Helwani's show. We're seeing him do the media rounds. And with the media rounds, we've learned a lot about what they're trying to accomplish with their TV deal, getting paid $10 million a year for it, all this kind of stuff. And yes, they've also acknowledged that Anthem Sports is not currently profitable, which I think we've all kind of known, right? I don't think that's really a secret. I don't think it's that big of a deal. A lot of companies aren't profitable, but it takes money to make money, right? So because of that, we have seen what Dave Meltzer is saying about this. And Dave Meltzer says that the idea of TNA being sold to TKO, is something that he had at least heard when discussing the WWE TNA talent sharing relationship earlier this year. So Dave Meltzer, I think, is a speculator because he goes on to say people forget about this, but when WWE partnered with like Progress and ICW and stuff, they had similar deals where WWE had buyout options and blah, 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 blah. Listen, I do not see a situation where WWE and TNA are being merged together. I really don't. In fact, I know this is probably going to piss off a lot of people, but I don't think it's valuable for WWE or TKO to buy TNA at all. I don't think so. I think it's only valuable. Why would they spend money? Listen, why would they spend money to buy TNA when they have a partnership with TNA? when anything that they need from TNA already exists in the form of this partnership. And by the way, it's not just a one-sided partnership. WWE also benefits from this partnership. So I have a very tough time understanding why WWE would just do that when you can have a partnership. Now, in the event that TNA and Anthem are just extremely not profitable, in the event that things aren't working out in their favor, could TNA be sold? Of course. I'm never going to say never, right? There was rumors that Tony Khan was going to buy TNA long before he launched AEW. There's always a possibility of somebody trying to buy TNA, and there's a lot of value to buy TNA. TNA produces content for 52 weeks a year. They have their specials. They have their PLEs. They have a huge tape library. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense for a company to be interested in buying them. I just don't think it's WWE. I think Dave Meltzer knows, which, by the way, this is very irresponsible of Dave Meltzer, but I think Dave Meltzer knows that by feeding into this conversation, it does make WWE look incredibly bad because it makes it look like WWE wants to monopolize the industry. It's irresponsible. It's kind of ridiculous. There has been no confirmation from anybody in WWE or TNA that have expressed that they are looking to merge together and TKO is looking to buy them. And until that happens, I refuse to believe WWE will try to do it. With that being said, let's talk about it. WWE and Maybelline have announced a new partnership. Maybelline New York named the first ever official cosmetics partner of WWE. Fellas, if you're listening to this, pay attention. Maybelline is the maker of a ton of different makeup lines. And of course, WWE, part of TKO, has announced a huge partnership with them. Maybelline is often considered the number one cosmetics company. They are home of the Lash Sensational Firework Washable Mascara. They also have the Instant Age Rewind Instant Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I don't even know what that means, but fellas, if I'm being told that this is a good product, then I know you can trust me, which is really a big deal because at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta just do the right thing. And, listen, WWE, Maybelline coming together, Evolution, it's a very big deal. Why is this such a massive partnership? Well, one, it's a first time ever situation. Also, you have to wonder how we got here. Maybelline is also working with Love Island, which is also an NBC property. We see it on Peacock, right? Now WWE is working with Maybelline ahead of Evolution and an all women's pay-per-view. And of course, with WWE having this partnership with Maybelline going into Evolution, you have to wonder, is there a possibility in which we would see WWE female talent working on Maybelline ads, campaigns, whatever it may be? Maybe we get Bianca Belair, maybe we get Rhea Ripley, maybe we get Maxine Dupree. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names. Becky Lynch, this person, that person. There's a plethora of women in the WWE. Maybe we'll see them even do some more stuff with Maybelline. I have a very strong feeling that this partnership is going to go extremely well. And it's obviously a very big deal for Evolution being an all-women's pay-per-view. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this is the Ango Show. I'll see you guys next time.